Greetings, viewers. This is King H from Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia. Welcome to my platform. This is a Pan African platform. Please like, share, and subscribe. The discussion of today comes from Nigeria. The active Inspector General of Police ordered policemen to ruthlessly deal with criminals and secessionists who are pushing the limits of the Nigerian government. But before I dive into this um, discussion, I would like to say this platform discusses geopolitical issues around the world and especially Africa. With that said, let's get into this discussion. Active Inspector General of Police ordered policemen to ruthlessly deal with criminals and secessionists who are pushing the limits of Nigerian government. Hmm. In southeast and south-south, police are killed every day. Police checkpoints are attacked and killed by gunmen. Why is there so much killing going on? To answer that, I would like to compare two nations, Nigeria and Brazil. The population of Nigeria is about 210 million. The population of Brazil is about 213 million. But the GDP of Nigeria is 400 billion US dollars of 2020. And the GDP of Brazil is 1.43 trillion US dollars in 2020. Two nations equally matched in terms of population, 210, 213, only 2 million away, or 2 million increase, but equally matched. But the amount of GDP that's being brought by each nation, there's a big difference. I mean, even if Nigeria should bring lower amount, it should at least have close to 800 billion or 900 billion, because they evenly match in terms of population. So they should, do business that would increase, or do business that would increase the GDP power to that, to higher than what it is. But because of bad leadership, in Nigeria, as well as bad leadership in Africa, the GDP of Nigeria is low. But before you may say, oh, I'm trying to degrade or belittle or insult Nigeria. That's not the point. That's not the point I'm trying to make. I would use an example from one guy, CY International, who like comparing Nigeria and Cameroon. But I say this, you can't compare Nigeria and Cameroon. Cameroon has 26 million people. Nigeria has 210 million people. It's a big difference. Those are two completely different countries, it's in terms of size and power. Two completely different countries. Can't compare Nigeria, Cameroon. You can't compare Cameroon and Nigeria. But you can compare Nigeria with Brazil, because the population size is pretty even. Meaning that if the leadership of Nigeria was doing the job that is needed, they should be able to produce up to 900 billion US dollars, or even up to a trillion US dollars, excuse me. Should be, but it isn't because of the bad leadership. Because of, and when you talk about leadership, it's not just leadership in terms of the president. No, from the president to the senators to the governors to local leadership, it all plays a role in order to develop the nation. And Nigeria is not as developed as it should be because of the bad leadership from the top to the bottom. Change the leadership, and you might see a lot more improvement. But just changing the head won't change anything. So having a new president will not really impact the change unless the president is gonna implement a system that would generate that level of change from the local roots to the government, to the state, and eventually the entire country. But that is exactly what is needed to impact Nigeria, and not just Nigeria. That's what is needed to impact countries in Africa. So long as all the leaders can play the role to grow the countries in Africa, the countries in the continent of Africa, you won't see people running out of Africa through oceans. It's because of bad leadership from the top to the bottom. But this active inspector general has an idea to combat criminalities and secessionists. But I think he's going through the wrong way. He's using the wrong method. So he says in South East and South policemen are being killed. Police checkpoints are being attacked. Violence activities in separatist bodies in the indigenous people of Biafra has increased. Why would the Biafra want to separate? Well, the leadership of Nigeria is not doing what is required for the growth of Nigeria. So Nigeria is going down, and hey, the spirit of Biafra is rising because they need better leadership in Biafra to make that nation better. But then again, there's also another point I have to make when it comes to the leadership of Biafra. Southwest is on the rise with separatists. Operation Restore Peace in process in Enugu. The policemen have to be civil with law-abiding citizens, but ruthless to the criminals and secessionists. This is this Operation Peace, Operation Restore Peace. Operation Restore Peace is Operation War against criminals and secessionists. And that method will only breed more war, more chaos, more death, more casualties that will not take the nation anywhere, would actually increase the zeal for the Biafra to fight harder to have a free nation because they know they're not being welcome in the country of Nigeria, which is why the active inspector general of the police is increasing the Operation Restore Peace, which is Operation War with criminals and the secessionists. Goals up for the special operation: defend yourself courageously against armed groups, and critical national infrastructure. Active Inspector General advised police officers on special operation as as call to national duty. Yeah, this is another slick talk tongue that the active inspector general is trying to use. What? How much is being paid to the policemen who will have to now give their lives in, in the process of defending the sovereignty? Look at the police men and women that are being paid compared to the senators or compared to the governors. Those people are enjoying much more money from the nation. But the people who are dying to protect the nation and are penniless. And he is now encouraging them to go and kill and die in the process for the sovereignty of Nigeria because of bad leadership. Nigeria, as well as many African countries, will push the military men, will push the police men and women to go and give their life for pennies. Meanwhile, the governor, the president, uh, senators, those top dogs are enjoying the luxury of Nigeria. Why do you think there's so much division? There's so much um, the spirit of secessionism in Nigeria? Because majority of the people who are in Nigeria are not enjoying the loins of Nigeria. Only a very few who are doing so. And because of that, people are suffering. I see a high rate of kidnapping, killing going on, a high rate of criminal activities going on. It's because of bad leadership in Nigeria and bad leadership in Africa in general that is pushing the people to act the way they act. And then you think by using force to to kill the people will change the outcome. No, you are actually doing more to push them to to do what they are doing. Because now it's what people will be the police are out there trying to kill the criminals, trying to kill the secessionists, and the secessionists will be out there trying to kill the police and bloodbath on both sides. Why? Because of bad leadership. And the bad leaders are not even fixing the issue, they're only making it worse with such, you know, action that they're taking called Operation uh, Restore Peace. Your Operation Restore Peace is Operation War on the people. And how far are you willing to take this war? Are those policemen and women will be dying for the nation to defend the sovereignty of Nigeria over the few pennies you give them compared to the so-called leaders who are enjoying the luxury, the wealth of Nigeria. The launch of Operation RP in Enugu is the first step in our strategic action plan to restore peace across the country. This is not going to restore peace. This is creating war. And Nigeria doesn't need war at this time. But um, Operation RP will cover all states within the southeast geopolitical zone. Enugu State Governor praised Alkali for operation. The Abia State Elders Consultative Forum warned against militarizing the region. And exactly what they're doing, they're militarizing the region because the police is gonna be fighting the criminals gonna be fighting the police is gonna be fighting secessionists, secessionists gonna be fight. It's a bloody bath, a bloody war between people who are supposed to be, you know, living together in a nation, a free and fair nation. But why is Nigeria in this problem, in this conundrum? Why is Nigeria in this conundrum? Because of bad leadership. That's why. Yes, Nigeria is a big country. It is a big country. And it's not an easy country to govern because it is a big country. But one of its advantage is the fact that it's a big country. And if it is well managed, you'll see the significance of it being a big country. But the leadership sees that see the fact that Nigeria is a big country and has wealth and resources, and they use the wealth and resources for their own personal gains without thinking about the rest of the other people. And that's what is creating the chaos. Bad leadership is creating the chaos, and the bad leadership doesn't have the problem, doesn't have the solution to solve the problem. Instead, they're trying to use guns, thinking I will solve the problem. No, it's going to only increase the problem. And the more Nigerian policemen and Nigerian army will be fighting against the secessionists and fighting against what they call the criminals, it's not going to stop. Both sides are going to be affected. And when both sides are going to be affected, it's going to weaken the country more and make the country more unstable. Better solutions need to be brought forward. Using military to fight secessionists in Nigeria and military to fight so-called criminals in Nigeria will not solve this problem. It's as if after ending SARS, you're picking from where you left to solve the problem. But I don't think you will solve it this way. And for one thing, when the Fulani herdsmen terrorize the country and kill so many people, none of them were arrested. Or now, you have the secessionists trying to separate. You're going after them, but the government or the military or the police did not go after the Fulani herdsmen who killed so many people, and they haven't even made an arrest. But they are doing all they can to suppress the secessionists and the criminals. Do you see the split, the evenness, the unfairness? You had one group that went around killing people, and none of them were arrested. None of them paid for the price they committed. But then now, another group trying to separate, and you are using Operation uh, Restore Peace. You didn't restore peace when the herdsmen were killing the other Nigerian citizens. You didn't restore peace then. But now you want to restore peace. The peace you're chasing will not be so peaceful because it's not peaceful in the first place. The Operation Restore Peace is Operation War. And war, more people will die. Why are Nigerians committing criminal activities in Nigeria? It's because of the leaders. All the leaders, what they do? They do the criminal activities. How do they make the money? They steal the money from the government. And when money is not flowing in and out from top to low, means that people who are in the lower area or people who are poor are not getting money. And when they can't get money, they'll do whatever they have to do to survive, which also includes the criminal activities. Lack of jobs, lack of how to raise funds or create money, people will do whatever. It's the government that created a problem, and the government doesn't have a solution. But you think going to kill secessionists and criminals, now it's just gonna be a bloody bath. But we will see what happens. This is just King H's perspective. If a thing is what I'm saying is interesting, share your comments, like, subscribe. Till next time, this is King H.